Alright. Hopefully that works. Let's see. Okay, sorry about that. For some reason it doesn't like the block bench, so not going to be able to use that on here, but I can show you at least the coding and then the entity as we bring it in. So I'll show you right now. Hey, what's up, Mahib? How you doing, man? I'll show you guys right now on I'll show you right now that I have added a alligator. The alligator has no behavior yet, but it is there. I mean, it's the you can see. So what we're going to do now is try to add behavior to it. Alright, the only thing that I've added to it so far is gravity and like a bandwidth optimization, and that's really it. So go back into our editor, and this is where we define everything about the entity, the custom entity, who's right in here. So as you can see, I do have attack damage so far. I've set it to 6, and I've set the mobs that it will attack, which is going to be anything, either a player or a mob. So basically anything that spawns in. Alright, now we need to give it, first of all, we need to give it the ability to move around the world. And there's 2 things that you have to do, or really 3. The first thing you have to do is the movement. And this one's kind of redundant. I don't know why it's in here, but you just have to set it for value. We'll set it at 0.3. Okay, the next one is we have to specify the type of movement. So we'll do movement. I think it's generic and not basic. Let's see. It might be basic though. That might be wrong. So, and then the last thing we'll need is navigation. And we're going to do navigation generic, and then we can define some things here. We're going to say that it can swim. True. It can walk. True. It can path over water. That means it can create a path, like it can do pathfinding. True. Oops. Yeah. Alright, and let's see what else we need. For now that should we'll put as amphibious. True. For now that should be all we need. Okay, and then let me get rid of that. Okay. Alright, now let's see if this does anything differently to the model. It might not be there yet, or it might not be working yet, but we're going to see. I might need to add a couple other things. So to do that though, we do have to save and quit. Reopen. No, we don't want to move yet, so let's see. Alright, so let's add some more behavior to it. Save and quit. Alright, next we're going to do is we're going to put some AI goals for it. Random stroll. Priority is 0, and then we're going to change this. I think this might need to be basic. Let me see. There it goes. All right, so we need to change it. Now we need to change its hitbox. You see, because that's hiding in the blocks there. So you can see it does move. We need to change the hitbox, the collision box. Basically, we need to slow it down. And then we need to add the animations. Okay, so let me show you how to do the animations first. So we'll go back to our editor, and then we want to add a new animation, or excuse me, we want to let me open a file, or let me just move the file over, and then we can do it. Oh no, I've already done that. Hold on. So let me see. It should be in here already. Sorry. Animations, yeah. So now we want a new animation controller. And the animation controller is basically what tells the game that if the creature does this, or if the mob is doing this, then it's the time for that animation to fire. So we're going to new file, client animation controller. We'll call this controller, alligator or gator dot controller dot animation controller. Okay, and this is what they call a state machine. So you have to, the default state is how it loads in. All right, there should be an idle there, but I haven't done that animation yet. And I also need to go back to here to my resource pack, to my entity for the gator, and I need to define the animations here. We want walk, which is animation dot gator dot, oh, let me see what they're named. Hey, how you doing, Monkey King? Oops, I need to rename this. For now, I'm just going to leave it as a model though. Where was I? Let's see, okay. Animation.model. I named these terribly, but model.new. And then we also have swim, which would be animation.model.new2. Okay. Again, those are terrible names. I understand that. All right, and then the next thing we got to do is we got to say controller, which we're about to create. And that's going to equal controller.animation.gator. And then we need to do over here, we have to do scripts, animate, and we're going to tell what we want to animate. We just want to animate controller, because it's going to handle all the other ones. Okay, so save that. Now we come back to our animation controller, which is right here. Our default state is there. So from the default state, we want it to be able to transition to two different states. One of them would be walk. So first we got to do, oops, transitions. And we'll have walk, and then we got to set the condition which was going to make it walk, and that'll be query dot is on ground and query ground speed is greater than 0.2, we'll say. So now this should do is if the animal is walking, or if the animal's speed is going above the 0.2 blocks per second, and also it is on the ground, that will trigger the walk animation. The other animation that we're going to want is the swim. And this one we're going to do query is swimming. That's all you need. Okay, so then we have to name their state, which we have default. Now we have to do we've said we're going to switch to walk, so we got to do a walk state. And this one we do animations. Oops, did I get it in the wrong place? Yeah, I did. Oops, sorry. Gotta go one bracket up. Walk. Animations. Walk. And then we need transitions. And our transitions are going to be as follows. We want to transition back to the default state. Okay, so we're going to go default, query, is swimming, but we want it to be not swimming. So we put an exclamation point on there, and then query ground speed is less than 0.2. All right, and then we have one more transition, which will be basically the same as this one, the other one. So Control C. Okay, and then we got to go and name another one, which will be swim. This is kind of the boring part, but this is how you get everything to work. So, all right. So when we do swim, we're gonna go back. We're gonna have this as our transition. We want default. Control C, so we can just copy and paste that. Well, first I need to do animations. Animations, swim. It's not JavaScript. It's called JSON, which is JavaScript object notation, which is basically a transportation of. It's a language. It's really for transporting data. But this is how Bedrock is coded, so it's kind of strange, but that's just how it is. Okay, and then we got to do the transitions. And we're going to, again, just kind of copy our default. And then also we're going to copy what we have for walk. And then that should give it, that should bring it to life as far as movement. Let me get rid of that comma. Oh, and I got to rename the controller also. So I have to name this controller.animation.gator. Oops. Control S. Let me make sure that's also how I have it on here. I think it is. Controller.animation.gator. Okay, so now we're going to go back to Minecraft. We're going to open it up, and hopefully it's animated now. And let's see. I just did it. Just throw. Oh. I know it's wrong. Sorry. Whoa, it's fast as shit, though. All right, let me go back to it real quick. And there's this thing it keeps throwing in on the on the code. It does it by automatically with the editor I'm using, and it puts in this in the animation. It puts this gecko lab thing in there that screws it all up. I don't even know what it is, but it puts it at the bottom all the time. So like block benches for some reason doing that. I don't know why. So we'll save that. Okay, and then come back to Minecraft, back to survival. So hopefully it doesn't throw any errors. All right, didn't throw any errors. So let's see how it's moving. It's not a very smooth move yet. We need to put some blend transitions in. Oh, he's freaking out. Okay. All right. So there you go. So there we got alligators. This one's freaking out. We need to improve all. We just got the very basic stuff in right now, and they're gonna act a little funny like that until we continue to hammer down the behaviors. And also we need to get the we really need to get the hitbox straightened out, because as you see, it's halfway in the earth in the block. So let's do that right now. Close this out. We'll go to our Gator entity file, which is right here. And we're gonna add a new component. It's gonna be called collision box. And here we just do we just name or declare the height and the width of the collision box. So we 1, width we'll try 2. That should hopefully stop it from doing where it's halfway in the wall. And guys, if this is helpful to you, please, I hate to ask for this, but if you could like the stream, that'd be great. It helps me out. It helps me get better found by YouTube. If you don't like it, that's cool too. You don't have to hit like. But so then also let's slow it down. We got it going pretty fast there, so we'll go down to 2. And then we're also going to add the melee component to it now. So the melee is the kind of attack that we want it to do. And we're going to do that with a sensor. Nearby, target nearby sensor. Okay, in the inside range, we're going to do if it's inside of 10 blocks. Okay. And then we have a must see, true. On inside range is going to be event MCD melee. And then we have to come down here to the melee, to our events, and we have to make that event then. Okay. And now that event is all it's going to do. It's going to add a component group, which we still have to make also. So now we need to make a component group that's called MCD melee. So we go up here to component groups object, MCD. MCD is what they call a namespace, just so you know. Melee, and then we're going to add the component of melee attack. Okay, we can set our priority to 0. That means it's most important. And that should. Let's see. Do we want it to be able to? What is it? To retrack. Target tracking. Yeah, target distance. We'll put 20. Target tracking. Yeah, we won't do that right now. Okay, so let's see what this does. No, we got something here. Melee, target distance. Okay, so hopefully that doesn't mess it up, but we do have an error there. So let's put a summon a new one in. Alright, that's better speed, right? And he's got the walk animation. So now I'm going to put in a summon cow. Alright, so let's see. He's going to hopefully go to it. No, he don't care. Let's see. That might be the priorities, or it might just be that he doesn't have enough behavior yet. Let's do one more. Pulling right in front of him. Oh, I need to make him be able to climb too, so let's do that. And attack behaviors can be a little bit fidgety sometimes. So let me go back to my code here. First of all, let's give it a climb That allows it to go up a block. Can climb, yep. And let me see if it does this have a let me see if this has a filter in here. So we can get the attack to work. That might be all it needs. Let's see, do we have an entity? No. Alright, let's just try it without that. Let's see if we just put priority 0 and then we'll put this one to priority 1. That might do a simple, let's see, priority 1. And here we go. Back to Minecraft, back to this world. See. Alright, for whatever reason it's not seeing the cow. So let's see if they're swimming, and I'll fix the attack behavior in a second. Let's see if the swim animation works. There he goes. Alright, he's walking. He's pulling out here in the deeper water. Okay, alright. So there's a glitch in the controller, but yeah, he's got the swimming behavior, but he's glitching out a little bit. But that's fine. That means the controller's working. We just have to change. It's on the query that we're running to make it do it. That's what's happening. It's getting stuck up on the 0.02. That's why it's going back and forth. So I just need to switch that. I need to put it to less than or equal to instead of just less than. So this is how, I mean, I know this is not very exciting, but this is how every add-on you play or everything you order from the, you buy from the marketplace, this is how it's made. It's really kind of, it's not as exciting as a lot of people think. It's real fun once you get the finished product in place and everything works the way you planned it. But there is a lot of work that goes into getting there. So that's just a little preview of how we do it. I know some of you asked for tutorials. Hopefully this helps a little bit to give you a basic idea of what it's like in the development environment, and to see if it's something that you want to learn more about or not. So with that, it is pretty late here, so I'm going to go ahead and get off, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm trying to finish up an add-on to get posted. I probably won't get to it tonight, but hopefully it'll be tomorrow then. So see you guys soon. Thanks.